Hello and welcome back to the channel. Now in this week's video what we're going to be doing is making a start at checking all the fences and making sure all of our fields are ready for the arrival of our new cows. Now in last week's video what we did is we bought our very first cows of 2024. If you haven't already watched that video, I highly recommend you going and doing it straight after this video. But don't worry, we'll be buying lots more cows in the coming weeks, so you haven't really missed out on anything. Now, as most of you livestock farmers will know, having good fences and making sure all the fields are cattle proof before turning the animals into a new field is very important. So today that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be making sure every field is ready and safe for the arrival of our cows. So sit back, relax, remember to like and subscribe if you're enjoying what you are watching, and I hope you enjoy.
Here we are at field number 1. Okay, so we've checked over there beforehand in that corner of the field, so that we know that's all cattle proof. So we're just going to go around the wood here, just checking any loose posts, make sure the wire's tight, and make sure mainly that nothing's come down with all this strong wind and landed on the fence. Okay, so we have found the first post, this one here. Put it in not too long ago actually. I think that was 2-3 years ago we did it. For some reason that fence has never been tied, the top strand, so get a new post out, chuck it in. Okay, so first, let's destaple the old post. Right, post is now defeated. I've got all of the staples out, and when I was doing it I saw, yeah, here there's a hole in there where the old post was before that one, and I almost dropped the stapler in it, so that was a bit scary, but luckily I managed to grab it before it disappeared. So get the old post, and we'll put the bucket on because we should be able to just push the post in where it's so wet the ground. Okay, so whilst I was doing that, Dad has found another one, so we're gonna have to take this one out. It's probably the worst field, this one, in terms of the fences that we've got. They're not great in here, so there you go. In the ground, they're still quite loose at the minute in the ground because it's so wet, but when the ground when it gets warmer and the ground starts to get harder, the post will get harder in the ground, so there's nothing to worry about. Here we are for the second one. Any posts that we take out, we'll chuck in the trailer and we use it for firewood. Make nothing go to waste. There you go. Good post that. We've sort of dragged the top out a bit more as well. Brought the post closer in the field, so that top strand's a bit tighter there now. So now let's get it stapled up.
Tree.
Okay, so Dad's taken the role of walking around whilst I'm in the passenger seat, should I say. This field is probably where the cows are going to be coming into next to once the ground dries up, because we put them in that field so that they don't destroy any other fields. But once the ground dries, this will be the next field, because the one next door to where they are now, it's quite thin. There's patches that are thick, but I'd say it's quite better out here, so probably chuck them out here next. Fences are reasonably decent in this corner up here, because they're just constantly branches falling down, so we've been replacing them then, so there shouldn't be too much up here. I don't think there's anything up here at all to do, so we'll head down and do the dogleg bit. Okay, so this bit here, going along at least halfway, doesn't look too bad. Quite new post. Just got out because there's quite a few big branches that have come out into the field, but luckily, where the branches are up there wasn't any on the fence, so there was no damage done, which is good. Always love to see it. That up there shouldn't be too bad, because the tree came down the year before last, so that fence should be good, and then that fence over there shouldn't be too bad, but it all needs checking before we put any animals out here this year. Yeah, so like I said, this staple in there, I did that actually, that looked quite a good post, but yeah, place that post there, because that's wobbly. That's why I do the checks. See, I was just about to say how good the fence was, and then that, so I have to remember that one there. Check up to this kissing gate here, and then yeah, the rest seem to be fine. There's a hedge here, just check that one there. Those creosoted ones are fine there. Dad's bringing along there, so yeah, that one's fine. So it's just that post there that we'll do now. Okay, staples don't look too bad, so I'm hoping it should be quite easy to staple. One more. Dump the bucket. A little bit more. There you go. Okay, so when I got out, I also walked up there. There's nothing there to do, so we just got going along that hedgerow there. It's annoying that, like, because of all the wet weather, that we haven't been able to get out here earlier and do it, because well, you can see, like, down there, just leaving so many marks, everyone squashing the grass, which it doesn't have much value, but you know, you always want grass, and we're just destroying it. But this is the driest that it's been, so might as well make use of the dry weather whilst we have it. Okay, one more post just there. Let's get that replaced. Boom, just like that, it's done. Okay, so this field is now finished. It's been cattle proofed. There is just that hedge there, but it's quite a thick hedge there, and there might be one or two gaps to fill, but yeah. So we'll head over to the next field now, and then we'll do that field as well. Okay, so we're now at the second field. We just headed back to the yard, and we got some salt tubs. We've got 2 salt tubs, one for this field, and then one for behind that hedge there. There's also another field, so we've got one for each, so that we can, after we finish fencing today, these 2 fields up here are just ready for cattle. We don't need to worry about it, other than we do need to bring up a water bowser when the cattle arrive, but that'll be another month or so away. So yeah. Okay, so what the problem was in this field is here the gate is not on its hinges. So last year the top of the post was splitting out, and then the hinge wasn't in the post, so we had to like chain it up just for the year. Dad is currently just bailing out the water trough to clean it, ready for when the cows come. Did it next door as well. So how many posts are we going to need? We need 1, 2, 3, 4. You need about four posts. Okay, so wire is now all down. That's all de-stapled. New posts have been put in position, they just need pushing in. We're gonna have to go and get another strut for there, and then we can push it all in, pull all the wire up, and then we'll sort out the gate. So yeah, got a bit of wire here on the floor, which I'm just gonna roll up now. Okay, so everything has now been removed. We had quite a lot of metal that we had to dissect from the old strainer. So we found that these 2 posts, when we took them out, they're actually alright. Down to the bottom, they weren't rotten at all. So we'll reuse those. Got 2 new ones there. Got one there, then one in the middle just to strengthen it. And then we're going to use the posts as our struts. We dug that strut out the ground, and we've moved that over because we're not going to use the old hole. We're going to make a new hole for the new strainer. So a slightly different angle, so we've had to move that. So yeah, everything is now mapped out. So we'll go and push them in, and then we'll do the strainer.
6.5 hours later.
Okay, so got all of the posts in now. Tried to keep them up a bit higher because this is where the cattle come in, because we've got the race just behind the forklift. Yeah, we'll head back to the yard now and get the a new strainer, because we don't want to waste a telegraph pole on a corner post. So we'll go get a new one, then we'll come back up and we'll finish the job.
So, sorry to leave you on such a cliffhanger, but that is going to be the end of this week's video. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope you learnt a bit more about the preparations we take before turning the cows out into the fields. We'll be carrying on checking the fences and making sure the fields are all ready for cows in next week's video. So make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss when that video comes out. In the meantime, feel free to check out the content on our channel and on our Instagram. Thank you very much for watching, and see you later.